Mama se kungi betengo we kumoyi ingumada takana. Okyo sokinu kibanga se Manuele ngando mushisamye. Manuele.
All right, hello, and welcome to the 40th episode of the Two Left Feet podcast. Today, I was blessed to have on the show Mr. Carlos Cinta, aka El Cirujano de la Bachata. I probably said that wrong, but the Bachata surgeon. He's currently a Bachata teacher, known for his musicality classes, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to box him in or anything, but the other thing is what he's very well known for. Born in San Francisco, raised in Chicago, man. This is a very, very awesome episode, man. We learn about his upbringing in Chicago, how he got into bachata. We talk anything and everything bachata, man. So if you're interested in bachata, this is a really cool episode. We talk about, I guess, the difference between bachata, man. There is bachata, there's a lot going on with bachata, to say the least. And what I mean is that the bachata here in the U.S., what the bachata I'm used to, is completely different than the bachata in the Dominican Republic. He said he went there and he had an eye-opening experience just seeing how different it was. He said he danced one dance and lost all his confidence and just people watch for the rest of the time. Really cool episode. If you're interested in learning about bachata, learning about musicality, learning about body movement. Like I say, anything and everything bachata, man. This is the perfect episode to watch. This dude is he's not only knowledgeable, but he's also very passionate about teaching as well as bachata. So great conversation with a great person, man. I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. Thoroughly did. If you find value in this, man, I want to ask that you please, leave a like and subscribe and, share with your people, man. And, if there is no value to you, then don't even worry about it. But this was a really cool episode. I know you're going to enjoy it. Episode 40 with the amazing Carlos Cinta. Please enjoy. Hey, all right. So I am on the line with a Mr. Carlos Cinta, a.k.a. El Cirujano de la Bachata. Did I say that right?
You good. Right.
And so my girl told me, man, that is the Bachata surgeon.
Yeah.
Hey. All right. So you are a renowned Caribbean, Dominican Bachata expert and educator, and you have taught at many international festivals and events around the world. Is that correct?
This is correct. I didn't give myself that name, by the way, just to clarify.
We gonna get into it.
Yeah.
But you were born in San Francisco, but raised in Chicago. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah.
How you doing? How you doing today, man?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
Yo, I'm doing perfect, man. So let's get into it, man. Where did you get that nickname from?
So that one kind of gave to myself, but other people kind of the way that I break things down is, man, you're like a surgeon the way you break these things down. And I was like, I like that, and I'm gonna use that. Okay. Just with how I explain, just the musicality and how I put together the system and all the lesson plans and everything. So yeah, I pay attention a lot to the details.
Hey.
And then just base my teaching around that.
That's important, man. It's very important, man.
Yeah.
I'm curious, man. So I know you were born in San Francisco. What brought your parents out to San Francisco, man?
So my mother, she went to college out in Berkeley.
Okay.
And she didn't go to Berkeley. It was a little art college in Berkeley.
Okay.
Yeah. And so my dad is out there somewhere. He's a musician, and so they just met at a little jazz bar. And here I am. And so yeah, I was born out there, out in the Bay Area. Lived in Oakland, Alameda, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long did you live there? Like, left when you were a baby, or?
Yeah, I left when I was 1.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
1, then to Mexico City for a year, and then in Chicago since then.
Okay. And what brought your mother to Chicago, man? Family or?
Yeah, family. That's where we're from. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now
Yeah.
I got to ask, man. I only hear the negative about Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Is it what is it? What was it like growing up in Chicago, man?
So I'm in the burbs.
Okay.
I'm 10 minutes out west, straight west. I grew up more here and in it's a place called Bolingbrook, so it's kind of like southwest of the city. Um, the city itself, those unfortunate
Chirac.
stereotypes, the facts. It's unfortunate, but no, I didn't necessarily grow up in that environment.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
So I mean, tell me, man, what was it like growing up in Bolingbrook?
It was good, man. It was, my mom, she brought me out there because she know I love sports, and so that area it's just a hotbed for D1 athletes, all sports.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so we do our thing. We do our thing in football. So
What was your sport of choice, man?
football. I was football and baseball,
Okay.
but I ended up I don't know. There's just something about football that I loved, which now, of course, if you could go back, I had way too many injuries, and my grandma
Damn.
always told me growing up, play baseball, play baseball, play baseball. I did junior Olympic. I made the junior Olympic team
Oh
uh,
wow.
when I was growing up, but I just love football,
Now, are you talking about American football or like soccer? Which one?
American football, American,
Yeah, that makes
yeah,
sense.
American football. Yeah. So yeah, and then a few concussions, a few knees,
Wow.
ankles, everything later. Like I should have listened.
Okay.
And then he just gives you that like, told you. Ah,
Okay.
I know. So yeah.
I understand. I definitely understand that, man. So I'm curious, man. You're growing up in Chicago and everything. Did you grow up in a dancing household, or was it just strictly sports for you?
No, yeah, it was all sports. I didn't start dancing till 2003. Like when
And
I
how
first
how old were you?
born in 78, 2003. So that's what 22 plus 3, 25.
Okay, sure enough.
Yeah, so I was 25 when I started. I'm talking like I didn't even hear my first Latin song till 2001. It was, all
Wow.
R&B rap, things like that. So I didn't grow up with that culture. It's just it was sports and more sports. I'm a jock, still am a jock.
I
That's never gonna leave. That's my number one passion.
understand.
Um, so yeah, I guess it goes to show that this stuff can be learned
Oh,
if
so true.
you want to learn it. Because I never danced, and it's funny that people always made fun of me in high school. Yeah, you ain't got no rhythm. You got no rhythm. But I guess I was a late bloomer.
I said it. Oh, so I mean, is it true? Do you feel like you didn't have rhythm back then? Is it something that you learned along the way?
uh, I don't think it was true.
Okay.
But then again, I was always too shy to dance, which
Okay.
surprise, nothing's changed. I still can't get on stage and perform because I'm too shy. I get stage fright, crap my pants, deer in headlights, all of that. And so me being on stage is not a good idea.
I understand. I
But I
see a
keep,
lot of myself with you.
yeah. So it was just nah. But I guess as the more I started to dance, I guess my mom always said, "I know you're gonna be a dancer since you were 2." Come on.
All right. All right. So you're growing up in sports and everything. Uh, at what point, I guess, did you realize that you weren't gonna go professional, man? Or like, I guess you just stopped trying to. Injuries or what?
Injuries.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand, man.
Injuries, and then I like this question because this is because I coach, right? I coach football, and I try to instill in the kids about work ethic, and when you're 18, you're one of the stars on the team. You go D1, you play as a true freshman, blah blah blah. You're good, so you kind of get a little ego, but it wasn't that like I thought, oh, I'm just better than everybody, but then you and your coach you don't get along, and so you're like, oh well, cool then, I'm chilling.
Hey.
But in college, what a lot of kids don't understand is it's a business, especially the higher level you go. This is
Yeah.
business. Coaches need to win games. So it's
Yeah.
basically, oh, you gonna sit out? Hey, you. Let's go. You're in.
Okay.
What? Wait. No, it's too late. You want to chill? Go ahead, sit back. So
Okay.
I had to learn the hard. I had to learn the hard way about a lot of. I feel I can only be mad at myself. I kind of wasted my talent, wasted my opportunity. Um, so, but yeah, then the concussions, the shoulders, the this, the that, and it's just like, man,
Okay.
yeah, it got frustrating. I still hard headed, still want to play, but
I
couldn't leave it.
I don't. I feel like the only thing I can say is like just like really generic advice, man. But I feel like everything happens for a reason, right?
But yeah, big believer in that.
Yeah. I'm curious. What position were you, man?
Running back.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I like to. I always tell people, guess by my body frame, but we're on the camera, so I was like, yeah. But yeah, I play running back.
All right, son. I
Yeah.
mean, that's a very physically demanding position, man.
Well, and I've never been really a big guy, but so
Uh-huh.
just best believe I was quick.
Yeah, I bet I can see it.
Yeah.
I saw some YouTube videos, man. You a slim dude, so I can see that.
Yeah. Well, I was bigger when I played.
Okay, okay.
I had a little more beef on me, but I don't need all that no more.
I understand, man. So
Yeah.
so all right, so yeah, you're what school did you go to? You say you went D1, right?
Yeah, I played at Toledo.
Okay, all right, for sure. And I'm curious, what were you majoring in, man?
So it's funny. I always tell people my major was football. I just want to play football. But
Okay.
I went for communications and education.
Uh-huh.
So, I always like working with the kids. I finished with, let's just say life happened. I
Mhm.
ended up, going to a different school, and I finished with hotel management or hospitality management.
Okay, for
Yeah.
sure. Life happened.
But yeah, life happened.
I understand that, man.
Took place, but let's just say life lessons,
Hey, sure enough.
so not
I
gonna
definitely
complain.
understand that. Yeah, for sure, man. So, you do your thing, you graduate, and then you say you started dancing at 25. Well, what's that story, man?
How I got into it. Yeah, so it's funny. So I was dating a girl, 2003. I was dating a girl, right? She was Mexican, and again, I never danced, but she enjoyed dancing, so she always wanted to go to, there was a Thursday night spot out here. So all right, cool, let's go. And you know how when you're growing up, your moms or your parents or whoever would drop you off at the mall and just kind of, just call me when you're ready to leave, right? Yeah, so that's kind of how I felt. We would walk in, and then she was just boom straight to the dance floor, and I would just be sitting there just on the couch.
Okay.
Okay, this sucks. And so pretty much, because I wanted to, obviously I was interested in a woman, so I wanted to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
Um, I started taking classes behind her back, just because she just like literally, she would only come over to check on me when she was tired and she needed a break, just sweating,
Okay.
having a good time, out of breath. I'm like, what? So basically, I was just the Uber to get to the club.
Hey, I understand that.
So then I started taking lessons. So so can I dance with my woman?
Yeah.
Can I dance with my lady?
Well,
Like,
hold on, real quick. Like salsa bachata, what was it? Or everything?
I started with salsa.
Okay.
That was bad. I was bad. I was bad. So I picked up bachata a lot easier. So I
Oh.
figured, and then I later on down the line I figured there's so many people doing salsa at the time because that was the main thing. Bachata back then wasn't what it is now.
Oh.
So I was like, let me just focus on this because there's no way I'm gonna be able to do that, in salsa. No way. So I started, picking up bachata easier, and
Mm.
I just stuck with that.
Okay.
So
I'm curious, man. Yeah, tell me what was the bachata scene in Chicago in 2005? Like just a small group of people, small circle.
no, it wasn't a scene. Bachata, I mean, this carried on until 2009, 10, maybe 11, 12, where like you would have to beg the DJ, and I mean
Oh.
beg the DJ to play a singular one bachata song. I mean, I remember being in the club. You'll go through a whole Mark Anthony album before you even hear a bachata song. It's like, man,
Wow.
come on. So, and then there was one club, my guy, Walter. He goes DJ Caliente. He's out here, and it was the only Monday night spot that I like going to because he would play like three bachata, he would play three merengue, he would play three salsa, and it was a consistent rotation. So I was like,
Okay.
I could do this.
Yeah.
I like this spot compared to everything else. Where again, you only hear one, maybe two bachata songs the whole night.
Okay.
Just like so it wasn't like it is now.
I'm curious. Was it like what clubs were you going to? Was there like a small Hispanic population in Chicago, or like just the DJs just weren't playing that music?
No, Chicago is a big. Yeah,
Okay.
Chicago is actually the second biggest Mexican populated city outside of LA.
Oh, wow.
States in the US, yeah.
Okay, I got you.
It's LA and then it's Chicago.
Okay, I didn't know that.
But yeah, there's a big Puerto Rican population. There's a lot of South Americans, but mostly is Mexican and Puerto Rican.
Okay.
A lot of the clubs, Chicago, in my opinion, maybe things are different now, but big picture, Chicago is a salsa city.
Okay. Okay.
And especially, back then, and then everywhere too, because when I moved to San Diego in 2005, you the same situation. You had to beg the DJ, to play bachata, and you get it like the last song of the night when everybody's cleaning up, lights are on. It's like
Damn.
I get my one song, let's get it in, go home.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
I definitely want to talk about you moving to San Diego, man. But tell me, what was it like in those early stages learning bachata? What was that like for you?
honestly, I took 1 month of classes. Ever. So everything that I do, everything that I know is basically self-taught. Um, I took 1 month, 2 months, and then I did one private lesson, and basically, I was like, okay, maybe I'll just do the private lesson route, because you're taking classes at a studio, obviously,
Yeah.
at the studio got to keep the lights on, so they're not going to teach you as fast because it's just about retention. The longer you're taking classes, the more that
Exactly.
I
More
get
money.
it. I get it. But I was running out of money. So and then I took a private, and I was like, yeah, I'm really not going to be able to sustain this. So pretty much, I figured I had two earth shattering revelations. I was like, okay, one is that everything that I'm learning, either the teacher either made up themselves, or the teacher learned it from somebody else, and now they're teaching me.
Right.
So why can't I just make up my own stuff? So I was like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah.
And then I realized all it's got to do is, I mean, if it can go to a 4 count beat, you can pretty much do anything.
Right.
I promise you, from that point on, I was like, we're done with this. And then I did class again.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I forgot the word for that, but there's a word for that being self-taught, man. That's very impressive, bro.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I mean, so with playing football, and I also coach. I used to coach college football too. We stay in that film room, and you watch film, and you're just analyzing movement.
Right.
Your steps, your shoulders, your pad level. Where's your head? So all of that. Paying attention to detail. I can hear the head coach in my head now. So all of that. It just transfers over to teaching dance. It's the same concept. So just watching a lot of people dance, and I'm kind of just analyzing. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like second nature.
That's awesome, man. I have I usually have like this list of questions, man, but I'm like get out of order, man. I'm curious. What lessons did you learn from like your career in football? What lessons have you learned from football that you're able to translate to your everyday life, man?
Really just so I'm a perfectionist, right? So and just definitely paying attention to the little details, and analyzing movement. And that's like the big thing that I'm on, is analyzing every little step. If your shoulders are here instead of here, it will make every difference, because it'll go that way instead of going this way. When you're dancing, if your hand is like this and it's supposed to be like this, it will make the whole move work, not work. So just and I'm talking like slow motion. That's what I do, and that's still what I do to this day. But just because I want to understand it and get everything right, but also just the discipline and the hard work and the time that it takes to push go out there and throw it together. So from coaching, like the lesson plan is already, or even I used to sub teach also. So just being a teacher, like the lesson plan's got to be ready, even though when you sub teach, you're kind of on somebody else's lesson plan, but it's just the same concept. Everything is ready. It's in order. Okay. From this time to, so playing college ball, like from 2 to 2:30 meetings, from 3 to 3:15 stretch, from 3:15 to 3:30 individual, 3:30 to 4 o'clock is this. I'm like everything is mapped out to the minute.
Right.
So just being on time management is huge, huge. So that's how I teach. I'll write down a few things that I want to learn, and I'll put a little number and circle. It should take 10 minutes. It should take 5. It should take 25. So okay, and then give a little buffer on each end if there's questions or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm curious, man. Going back to analyzing moves, I guess how can like the regular person, like someone like myself, apply that? Do I need to record myself social dancing, or like just record myself practicing? What?
Yeah, I mean, whether it's yourself, whether it's watching a YouTube video, watching somebody else, just
Okay. So I
you
was
know,
watching someone else as well. Okay.
yeah, oh yeah. Like all of my content that I get, like it's nothing that I've made up. Because again, my focus is more, excuse me, is teaching people how to dance with the everyday social dancer.
Yeah.
Like just the random person in the grocery store off the street. So I watch a lot of those videos, and I just find a lot of common similarities. But again, I just break it down, I promise you, I go everything in slow motion. So it's like kind of okay,
Yeah.
and but I like to nerd out like that.
Okay. Yeah. I understand that,
It,
man.
it's fun.
I guess definitely understand that, man. So yeah, you say you do a couple months of social or of classes, a
Yeah.
couple privates, and then you moved to San Diego. What brought you to San Diego, man?
Weather.
For
And
sure.
honestly, I promise you, that was it.
I
That was
said Chicago got some brutal winters, right?
we just had a nice nasty snowstorm yesterday,
Oh
and then
wow.
today it's nice and green and sunny again. So it's random, but I mean,
Okay.
there's nothing new. We live here. We complain about it every day. And you just go with it. But yeah, so touching on that story of on that concept of everything happens for a reason again, which I definitely believe. This was 2000 when I go there. I moved out there in 6, so we'll call it 2005. Um, I'm already done, graduated college, and I'm just tired of these winter times. Like this is garbage, man. So I'm looking on Craigslist. Well, first I'm trying to find jobs in Chicago now. And again, something that works with kids, something in hotels. I had a couple of hotel jobs. I was like, yeah, it's just not for me. I need to work with kids. I've worked in the YMCA's, after school programs, everything like that. So I'm on Craigslist. I'm just looking, and I just start picking, something wherever there's warm weather. I promise you, not true story. My mother's in the other room. She said, what are you doing? I'm looking for jobs. Where are you looking at? I was like, I'm somewhere in California. I'm in LA right now, on the LA Craigslist thing. And she's like, try San Diego. I'm like, what? Try San Diego. And the first thought was, what's she talking about? I don't even know where San Diego is. What? But then, that whole little thing, how like mothers are always right no matter what. Like they just have this, I don't know what they have, this superpower, but mothers are always right. So then I was like, all right, let me try something.
Yeah, why not?
So I looked it up and just started filling out jobs, and I promise you the next day my phone rang. I was like, are you kidding
Hey.
me? What? So in February, it was February 12th, I think. I flew out here.
Oh
Well,
wow.
I flew out to, not here, but I flew out to San Diego. One job was working. One job was a women's professional football team, but so was a coach. And then the other job I applied for was working with kids, but kids with disabilities, or in one of those type of facilities to help out. So I flew out there, did the interviews on the plane. As I'm about to shut my phone off, my phone rings from the kids facility. We want to offer you the job. I was like, what? Yeah, cool. Hang up the phone. I promise you, as soon as I hung up the phone rang again, and it was the football team. We want to offer you
Hey.
the job. What?
That's awesome, man.
What? So I got both jobs. Those were the two that I wanted out of all the interviews that I had. Those were the two
Okay, nice.
I wanted.
Nice.
So March 23rd, I packed up the car. I was out. A month later.
Mean you drove out there or what?
Yeah, and I made a mistake one time.
I was gonna say, how long was that, man?
I had somebody with me. It was 31 hours because,
My
again,
God.
because again, in the Midwest, it still snows in late March. Like I said, we had a snowstorm yesterday, April 14th. So the first 14 hours, it was like a inch of ice on the highway. I had to drive behind a semi truck with my back seat like full to the top. Trunk is full.
Yeah.
Uh, and it was just a nasty blizzard, man. For the first 14 hours, I was doing like 20 miles an hour. It was
Oh,
terrible. It snowed all the way to the end of Arizona from Chicago. That's how much snow was in the U.S. at that time. It
that's
was terrible.
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. So then I said, next time I move, I will happily spend the money and have them ship the car. Not doing the drive ever again.
Oh man, 31 hours, bro. Oh my
30 miles
gosh.
car.
That's crazy. So
Yeah.
so tell me, man, what was it like living in San Diego?
It was cool, man. It was definitely a change of pace. San Diego's a lot slower than Chicago. Um, it's the best weather on the planet. Well, I'll say at least in the States. I haven't been everywhere.
Okay.
Just man, at 70 and sunny every day. It
Oh
actually got
man.
boring a couple
Oh
years.
what?
Like Groundhog's Day. I'm like, man, can I get a cloud? Can I get something? You know? But then, when wintertime comes and I'm watching the news and seeing all the blizzards and I'm at the beach on February, I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. We're good here. So, but yeah. It was
Did
cool.
you did you continue to I guess dance, teach yourself? Like what was up with the dance life?
Yeah. So that's where everything kind of all started. With me like actually teaching in the studio, and getting and building the scene down there. Bachata at that time, so it was 2006. Bachata was kind of non-existent.
Oh
You know,
wow.
of course there were some people doing it, of course,
Yeah,
but it
yeah.
wasn't really like big. You
Uh-huh.
know, I mean, I say I kind of breathed life into it, and just like because that's all I wanted to do was just bachata, bachata. Oh, I remember my friend, my buddy Victor, when I told him what I wanted to do, he's like, I don't know, man. That's kind of crazy. Salsa. It's mainly salsa. I don't. Good luck. I'm not saying it's not going to work, but I really can't see that taking off. That's the worst thing to say to a competitor.
Okay, okay.
Worst thing, because okay, hold
I'm
on.
serious
Yeah,
about it.
yes, okay, I got you. So yeah, I just focused on that, and it did well. It definitely did well. I danced a little bit different than everybody else, so it kind of caught people's eye.
Okay.
So yeah, then and there's a YouTube on video. There's a video on YouTube, 2007. Is with me wearing the Green Mexico jersey. That's kind of that was one of the early when YouTube was kind of getting started. But that a lot of people tell me that's the video that kind of inspired them to dance bachata, which is
Okay.
awesome. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I was the things I was doing. And again, at that time in 2007, not a lot of people were dancing like that.
Mm.
So it just kind of caught everybody's eye, like, oh, what's all that? So from there, oh, show me how to do this. Yeah, okay, cool, no
Okay.
problem. And that's kind of how it kind of took off
Okay.
in San Diego.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, yeah. I'm curious, man. What was it like learning to teach for you? Like, what was that like?
Teaching,
Yeah, or learning to teach.
I've been coaching since I was in high school. So
Okay.
like I said, it transferred right over. You're just teaching a different sport,
Mm.
So yeah, it didn't there wasn't really a learning curve at all.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
I understand that, man. And so you get out to San Diego. You start working everything. Start building up your own, I guess, salsa or bachata following, man. Uh,
Yeah.
what what made bachata click with you? Like, is it the music? Like, what makes you like bachata so much or love it so much?
Well, like I said, it was for me, it was easier to pick up than
Okay.
salsa. It took me 2 months to figure out how to execute the crossbody. 2 months. And that's no joke. 2 months. So me and salsa, we broke up
All right, for sure.
a lot. But then, again, I started to really dig the music, and again, Aventura was the main thing going, and I liked the music at the time, and it was mainly Aventura, Extreme, and So Be Love. Were the main three, I guess, what people would consider to be modern.
Okay.
So, obviously there was Monchi Alejandra, there was everybody else,
Yeah, yeah.
all the legends from the 90s, Raulín, Luis Vargas, Anthony Santo, all those guys. Um, but because, I wasn't really around that type of culture yet till 2009, it was more the mainstream stuff. The Aventura was the main thing in the
Okay.
so,
Okay.
but with the dancing crowd, I'd say.
I get you.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, man. I want to just get into like maybe like the history of bachata, man. So to my knowledge, bachata's from the
Right.
Dominican Republic, and I didn't even know this though. Correct me if I'm wrong. My girl told me that at one point bachata was actually illegal in DR. Is that correct?
So here's what I've heard, and
Okay,
I
please
don't,
inform me.
I really don't like to get into history because I wasn't there,
Okay.
and it's not my culture, right? So I'm not Dominican. But I've heard that story, but at the same time, I've also heard that it wasn't illegal, like by law illegal, but it was more frowned upon based off of the type of environment that it was associated with, right?
Uh,
So if you listening to that music, that means you are in the brothels, you're the whorehouses, you're in the low income, poor areas, music for the poor people, So a lot of people, um, I guess, as I understand it, they were ashamed or they were embarrassed, like you don't want to get caught listening to that music because then now,
uh,
oh, you're one of them, or
associate you, yeah.
yeah, you're into that type of stuff. Oh, okay. So I've heard both stories. I wasn't there, so you know,
I get you.
take it for what it is.
I understand.
Yeah.
So, all right, so then let's just skip past that there, man. Tell me, what I think your specialty is like bachata musicality. Is that correct? All right, would you say that's your
Yeah.
specialty or what?
Yeah. I've created the system in 2010.
Okay.
2010, we did that. Yeah.
Well, then tell me what happens between '06 and 2010, man, and '10. Like you just practicing and teaching or what?
What's considered now to be modern bachata? That's what I started with. That's what I did. Um, and then in two,
Real quick. Uh, so modern bachata not being Dominican, I'm not even sure. Is that Dominican or no? Is
oh man, it's these are all again man-made terms,
right.
and so I'm just
Okay.
finding out how it was classified to me.
Okay.
It's really just what people would consider that, I guess, would be bachata with a lot of salsa turn patterns.
Oh.
But see, the funny thing is, on the island, the Dominicans would consider that with a whole lot of merengue turn patterns and not salsa turn patterns.
Okay.
Really different, the two worlds. The people in DR and then the people outside of DR with the other.
Okay.
They is two really different
Yeah,
ways.
that's what it sounds like.
Two different languages. It's crazy. But so I was doing a lot of patterns, turns, and I'm not a dipper. Like I'm not trying to hold nobody's body weight. That's not my thing. Man, I ain't throwing out my back for nobody.
Nah, I'm right there with you.
You know. But definitely, I definitely did some turn patterns. And so I did that a lot with how I was dancing. And then in 2009, when I was living in San Diego, because it's a big military town, there's a big Dominican, Puerto Rican, just pretty much Caribbean population over there. They're all stationed over there. So my club, man, shout out to JP. My club, it was called Club Caribe, but now it's called La Luz Ultra Lounge. I used to live right by it, and that was honestly the only place where I felt comfortable, because there's a lot of East Coast people, a lot of Caribbean people, and just a lot of loud yapping and a lot of loud trash talking, which is what I'm used to.
Uh-huh.
So I felt comfortable over there in that environment. But then I noticed, the music was different. And so again, shout out to my friend Kathy. So she's Puerto Rican. She was stationed there in the army, and we danced at the club. And again, I never met her. Would you like to dance? Sure. And she just had this flavor. Ooh, man, it was crazy. And so here I am with all the turn patterns, and here she is just body movement and just all type of sassiness. And after the dance, I promise you, I told her, I was like, man, I never danced with nobody like you before. And she said, I never danced with nobody like you before, because she wasn't used to all the turn patterns. And I was confused. I was like, huh? Because again, that's what I thought. Well, this is how people dance bachata. So then I started paying more attention to the dance floor, and I'm like, huh, nobody really does this.
Oh.
It was because again, it's just full of it's known as the Dominican Club. So just a lot of Dominicans in there, Venezuelans, Puerto Ricans, and then obviously being in San Diego, a lot of Mexicans.
Yeah.
But just normal. It's just a normal Latino club.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Is it safe to say that you categorize like Dominican bachata by the footwork, or is that safe to say or not? Oh
No,
shit!
no,
Damn. Okay. Damn.
that's what's sold to people,
Oh,
right? So honestly, now don't get me wrong, it's part of the dance, right? Like when you cook a steak, you put the salt and pepper on it. It gives it more flavor, yes. But the main thing is that big ass juicy piece of meat. And that is body movement, playfulness, musicality, a lot of rotations, a lot of different shapes on the dance floor, fun, changing different levels. I'm high, now I'm squatting down, now I'm moving my shoulders, I'm moving my butt. Now I'm, it's all of that. And then we sprinkle on, your salt, pepper, or whatever you put on there.
okay.
I heard this from somebody, I want to say it was Josie out in Australia. I can't remember, but she was giving the analogy of, like footwork is the salt and pepper that you put on your meat, but what happens when you put too much salt and too much pepper on it?
It's not good anymore.
You ruin it, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
But in the business world, right, in the Congress world, that's what attracts people. Is how like, oh, yo, check that out, that's sweet.
Right.
But now all the workshops is
Right.
all 1 hour long. Well, who does a 1 hour sequence of nobody does that. So it's just how it's sold to people and packaged, and the sparkly lights and the glitter is what attracts people, obviously. But that's not the dance, man. It really it's not.
Okay. I'm glad you debunked that for me then, man.
It's part of it. Don't get me wrong. It's part of it, but it's not. Okay. Okay. Here we go. You ready for this?
Ready.
Let's say a song is 4 minutes, right? Okay. Let's say you do a 8 count footwork pattern, which really usually everything is basically 4 counts. Maybe if you want to extend on like a long sequence, it's 8 counts. In real time, how long does it take to do that 8 counts?
It's not that long, man.
Maybe 2 to 5 seconds.
Yeah.
All right. So you do 2 to 5 seconds of a footwork / sign. That's a whole nother debate. Some people want to argue about that. I don't care. I mean,
footwork / sign. That's the same thing to me. Yeah. Okay. What's up?
Yeah. Again, it just all depends on who you're talking to. But whatever. Let's say footwork / sign. Let's say 10 different patterns, right? 10 different cool things. Okay. So I know 10 patterns, and each one I'll give you 5 seconds, right? Because 2 to 5, I'll give you the best case scenario. 5 seconds.
That's less than a minute, right?
That's less than a minute. What are you doing for 3 minutes and 10 seconds? You got to do something else.
Hey, I was on some of your videos, man. You better go back to that basic or what?
You got to go back to the base. You got to dance with your partner.
Right.
You're holding on to another human being.
Yeah, man. That's why we dance, man.
She want to have fun, or he, whatever.
Exactly.
Your partner wants to have fun too. But if you're just and they're just watching you, I tell people, look, just get on the table. Let me throw out some singles. If you're gonna dance for me, but it's like, don't dance for me, dance with me.
With me, yeah.
So, so that's why I focus more on that, how to dance with people, the connection, the frame, the body movement, the playfulness, the musicality. And then other people could do footwork. Excuse me. That's totally fine, because again, it's part of the dance. But
yeah.
If more than whatever that is, 80% of the dance or whatever is partner work or partner dancing, I think you should know how to more than your footwork stuff.
I think the shine is, that's how you show off, right? That's how you that's like peacocking, right? You know what I'm saying? You trying to.
So I mean, I would say yes, but some people might, they like that, and that's totally fine. But do you know how to dance with a person? That's a different story.
Hey, well, so Chase, I want to ask you, man. I saw this video. I saw part 1 on your Facebook, man, about dancing the basic with your partner, man. Let me get your opinion on, because I don't think you answered it. Do you think that's boring for either parties to go back to the basic?
Oh, no, because it's not about doing the basics. It's how you do your basics. If you step, tap, step, tap, step, that's boring. That's very boring. Yes, that's going to be boring. I didn't answer the question because I didn't need to answer the question.
Oh, okay. It's like 100 comments. I saw there's like so many comments.
Right, exactly. Like there's nothing for me to say, and that's why I did that, and that's why I did it in the class in real time, because I could give my opinion, but it was a gentleman asking the question, and he was basically saying that he sometimes he feels that he needs to fill in the whole 4-minute song while he's dancing with a woman. He needs to fill it with turns and dips and sequences and patterns and all that stuff. because he's afraid that if he does the basic or too much of the basic, that his partner will be bored with the dance. And then he asked me if I thought, if I thought that's correct or, my opinion on that. And I love that question.
Yeah, that's how I felt that way as well, though. Like the basic might be too boring.
Right. And a lot of us feel that way because
Yeah.
we're trained to think that no, you need to do stuff because very few teachers will focus on the basics in class. So if all you're learning is stuff, well, you're subconsciously thinking, yo, I like the stuff is it. This is what I need to do
Right, right,
to, so I can be an advanced dancer, so I can, have the lady have a good time.
right.
So, but instead of hearing it from my mouth, another lead's mouth, let's ask the follows and
Mm-hmm.
see what they say. And the majority, there was only one person that said, yeah, that's boring. Every other follow in there, no, please do more basics. Stop
Okay.
me. Like, but it's that happened in Detroit. And then the next weekend it happened in Chicago, and it was the same result. It's the same result everywhere. But a lot of leaders, we don't take the time to actually listen.
Mm.
It's just it's a thing. I get it. We need to be better communicators and listeners. Yeah, I get it. In real life, okay, whatever. Um, but the same thing, but the same concept applies to, to when we're dancing. And again, doing turns is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But to fill the whole dance with turns,
Uh-huh.
because look, I'm the one turning them. Meanwhile, the lady's over there like she's sweating her butt off
Doing the work, man.
doing all the work. Exactly. So what happens next song? Same cycle. What happens the song?
Right, right.
Meanwhile, we're like, yo, what's wrong? Get in
You
shape. Come on.
cool, bro.
Why you out of shape? You know? And she's like, because you're not getting turned 50 times during the song.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's not wrong to do basics and it's not wrong to do patterns. It's just, again, I'm always about balance. Try to balance it out, but at the same time,
Right.
what is the music?
The music dictates everything.
Right. So
Music is
if
king.
it's a softer song, maybe this doesn't call for all the hammer locks and all the
Right.
that I know how to do. Some songs do, some songs don't, but it's more about musicality. Listen, also you got to gauge your partner, how am I as a lead and how is she as a follow? Like for me in salsa to this day, I don't know how to lead a double turn or a triple turn. So I'm not
Okay.
going to do it.
Yeah,
I
okay.
have limitations as a leader. I'm not going to try something I don't know how to do. But at the same time, let's say if I do know how to do that and I'm dancing with my partner, can she follow that? So if she can't, I'm not going to try to do it. So it's really, communicating with each other. It's a two-way street. Also listening to the music, that's got to factor in. Um, and then just, making sure that everybody has a good time. I had a video, don't out dance your partner, you know,
Big
because
thing.
that can be discouraging for them.
Yeah.
Oh, and then now they're discouraged. They don't want to come back to the social, to the Congress, to the club, to the party, to the whatever. And, they could end up being a great teacher, but because that they had their first impression or that first dance that they had with somebody, he was, I don't know, Fred Astaire, I don't know, he James Browned him,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
understand. Yeah, I understand what you're saying
in his
though.
first dance, and now they're like, well, damn, well, this sucks. I don't want to do this. They put their head in, up the tail, and they don't want to come back.
Nah, that's so true, man.
Yeah,
As a yeah, job as a lead is to dance with the partner. You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
I want to ask you this though, man. So I'm not a teacher or anything, but
Mm.
how does somebody get better at musicality? And when I think about this, is it just listening to that genre of music more? Like, or how else? What other ways can people improve upon musicality?
Honestly, I think it comes from learning how to listen to music. You know, if there's musicality classes out there, not all musicality classes are created equal.
Right.
A lot of musicality classes, they will take, a certain 10-second section of a song and you'll do something that mimics whatever the music is doing.
Right. Right. Right.
Which is, again, that's fine. That's part of musicality. But that's, like the whatever the word is, the micro scale. I look at it from the macro point of view to where, so you're telling me that unless that song is playing, you can't dance musically to it? Like I just learned these cool moves But does that work to the next song? Does that work to the next song? No, it was tailored for that song. So just understanding the structure of things and how things could work and different ways to interpret music, and then going and practicing. Like, so a lot of it, not practicing moves, but practicing listening to music. You got to listen to music, and then you're going to recognize patterns. You're going to
Yeah.
oh, this is consistent with this. And then it could cross over. Again, you take that concept, it'll cross over to another genre of music, whether kizomba, salsa, merengue, whatever. You just take the try to apply how you listen to this genre of music, and now does the same concept work with this genre of music? And it just comes from practice of listening to music.
So
That's what I think.
so it's like that repetition, right?
Yeah,
You start to notice that pattern and everything.
right. I mean, there's a lot of ways, that I figured out with bachata. Again, I'm not a musician. I have nothing to do with the creative process, of putting music together. But I am a music junkie. I love listening to music, and then I notice things that happen in the music, and then Joan Soriano and his band is a good friend of mine. Well, they are good friends of mine. So I would ask them questions, and like, how do you know so much about the music? Because I ask questions. Like if you don't ask questions, how are you supposed to learn something?
Right.
And because again, because I'm a nerd and I like to get in little details about stuff, I would ask questions and he would answer it. But then what I think more people should also do is, now that go back and listen and see if what they said is accurate or consistent, at least not to show up your teacher or whatever, but does this happen in more than one song? So I would listen. I'm like, yeah, it happens here. Damn, it happens here. It happens here. Dang. But then as I'm listening, I noticed something else. So I would go back. You know what else I noticed? I also noticed this. Ah, okay, well, yeah. So when we do this, then that means this is going to happen. When we do that, that means this is going to happen. I was like, damn, there's more. So it's just uncover more knowledge.
Yeah.
Back and listen to more music. Like, yeah, this is what happens. And so then because I was just so fascinated by it and it was so interesting, I was like, man, let me make a class out of this. And it turned into one class, ended up turning into 3 classes. Because I was like, if this is interesting for me, maybe it's interesting for somebody else too.
Yeah.
Plus, breaks up the monotony of learning a turn pattern in this class.
Exactly.
Next hour learning another turn pattern. I mean, you take 8 workshops, you learn 8 patterns. There's only so much you can remember. So.
Yeah. I'm curious, man. Have you ever taught at the Miami Salsa Congress?
Not yet. Not yet. Yeah, the one that just happened was last week or 2 weeks ago. Or?
I went like a couple years ago, and I took a musicality class. I was curious. I don't know if it was with you or not. I forgot who was with.
No, it wasn't me. Which like the Miami Bachata or salsa or which?
Miami Salsa Congress. I performed there, but
salsa, no.
Yeah. So, okay. So just something that came up mind. So I'm curious, man. I want to talk about Joanne Soriano as well. I know that I think you worked with him, but tell me, man. So going back to 2005 and on, you're doing your thing. I'm curious. Are you a professional? Is that like teaching your full-time gig now, or?
I do a lot of things. So I teach, I DJ, I edit music, I coach. I coach football right now, working with a club. So I kind of like to do a lot of things that I like to do.
That's awesome, man.
So yeah, I've been fortunate to be able to travel the world, and but I've never left football. Like my passion for coaching.
Okay. Yeah.
Because again, the kids are the future. To me, to me that has a bigger impact than bachata or teaching dance, because you're molding a young man, or sometimes women play too, but you're just molding a young child. They got a lot longer to go, and so it kept me off the streets, and it's I figured my way of giving back to help other kids not make the same mistakes that I did in life, which could really have a lot of consequences later on.
Yeah.
So I focus more on that, or I care more about that, I guess, than I do the dance world. But I do love teaching.
Okay. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
And so I was curious. I guess at what point did you did you want to start taking dance more serious? Was it once your boy challenged you, saying you couldn't do it, or what made you start taking dance serious?
I did get challenged once, and that's kind of what started this whole thing. But um, it was actually in 2005 when I was still here in Chicago. Um, so actually I took it more serious in 2004, right? So 2003, I kind of dipped my toe in the water just so I could learn how to dance with my girl at the time. Um, we end up breaking up. 2003 was that? What am I, 25? Yeah, I'm
2 years
20.
before that.
Yeah, no. So we end up breaking up 2003 to early 2004. And I'm 25 at the time, and I'm like, yo, come on, single guy. I still got a little bit of residual football body. So I got a little more beefy. I'm like, all right, I'm not ugly, but I'm funny. I'm a nice catch, I think. So and then going out to the Spanish clubs, he's like, whoa, look at all these wow beautiful women. So
Right, right.
I realized that honestly, the majority of them, they just want to dance. They don't care what you look like. They don't care what you're wearing.
You can
It's,
lead.
yeah, as long as you can dance, you're good. Because again,
Right.
pop culture, standing on the wall, holding on the wall, you the cool guy. But at the Spanish club, you're not the cool guy holding up the wall. You need to be on the floor.
Right,
So
right.
I was like, damn, I gotta learn how to do this. So I just kept going. I stayed with it. 2004. I started dancing with another lady, and like we practiced. We practiced a lot, and a lot, and a lot with the bachata. And so then we would always go out, again that Monday night spot, and we would just do our stuff, and people would see it, and then a couple of my friends, show me how you did that, show me how you did that, and I would teach them because obviously I had to figure it out for myself.
Yeah, yeah.
I knew how to teach it to them. And then they were like, "Oh, you should start teaching with our friend Jillian. She's doing a salsa class at this Mexican restaurant." I'm like, I can't teach salsa, man. I'm not a dance teacher. Like I can explain to you guys what I'm doing because I know how to explain it. Um, but so anyway, they end up talking me into doing that, and I actually liked it because you meet all walks of life.
Yeah.
Like I had one time that was weird. Like I had a judge in my class, like a judge, a courthouse judge, and I'm like. And he's asking me for advice and asking me questions. I'm like, this should definitely be the other way around. I should be asking you, life questions and stuff like that. But so I was like, that's actually cool, and you meet people that actually genuinely appreciate what you're doing, and
Yeah, yeah.
for whatever people are going through in life at the time, and dance kind of helps, at least take away that pressure for the moment. So I enjoyed it, and just somehow, like I said, it just fell into my lap. I never wanted to be a teacher
Okay.
ever, ever.
Um, yeah, so I'm pretty sure you're gonna be like episode 40, man. And I talked to a lot of instructors, man. I think like they all tell me they had no intentions of becoming teachers, man. It's kind of crazy.
None. Again, I never even wanted to dance. It was
Ah, okay.
even in my plans. I was just doing it so I could dance with her,
Mm.
Yeah. So, but it just happened.
Okay, sure enough, man.
I think of a 50 Cent. I don't really listen to a lot of his music, but back in the day, he always said, "This is God's plan, homie. This ain't mine." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah. This was definitely not my plan. If it was up to me, I would still be on TV playing football.
All right. What's that?
This ain't my plan." So
Yeah.
so
I'm,
that's how it worked.
I'm curious, man. What changed in 2009 for you? Is that when you met Joanne Soriano? Like, what happened? How did that come about?
I met him in 2010. So
Ah,
again,
okay,
so
okay.
2009. All right. So we'll get into that story. So the challenge, we'll just call it the challenge. This is what sparked the whole thing. So again, I danced with Kathy. I'm at the Dominican Club. I'm starting now to pay more attention to how things are different with the different culture. And um, so that Sunday, all the Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, everybody, all the South Americans, we would all get together and play softball because it's 70 and sunny every day. California, you can play softball year round.
Oh no.
And so when there's softball, there is alcohol, there is music, and it's a big party, and sports. So the girlfriends would bring all the food, and the guys we bring all the speakers, and that's when I really understood. Like they would play their music, so I'm like, oh, this is how they party to their music. And the merengue they listen to is merengue típico, which is a lot of accordion merengue that I've never heard before. So I was like,
Oh.
what is this? And then you just seeing them, just seeing how they party. I'm like, yo, this is the shit. So, and that just opened my eyes more. Now I'm really paying attention. Um, so that's 2009. And then, so then at one time, now I'm in Australia, later on in April, I'm at a bachata festival. And I'll leave this person's name out, but I asked this person, about how to teach, you know, Dominican bachata, because they were doing it somewhere else. And again, I put Dominican bachata in air quotes because there's really no such thing. But again, it's just how it's labeled and sold
Right.
in the Congress world. Uh, and so he tells me that basically, no offense, but you'll never be able to teach it. I said, oh, 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 really? Please.
And he meant that as I guess, a diss towards you.
No, it's just the person that he is. Like
Oh.
he's he, he's a jerk, right? But like he doesn't mean to be a jerk. That's just his personality.
Oh.
So once you understand that about him, then you're just cool. It's like, oh, it's just, that's just how he is. I guess it's the stereotype of how East Coast people are rude or whatever. Like I don't think they're rude at all. I love East Coast people. But to somebody that's not from there, or somebody that's never really understood them, then to them, oh, they're rude. They're the meanest people on the planet. So once I learned that about this person, that's just his personality.
Okay.
So basically, you never be able to do that. No American teacher will ever be able to teach it. And then he just goes on for a million reasons why. And again, going back to that whole competitive thing, that's the last thing you want to tell to a competitor ever. So from that on, it was just, I mean, I'm full steam ahead. I'm asking questions. I'm watching videos. I'm trying to figure things out. Like, because now it was personal, and then he told me, you should follow this dancer, this dancer, this dancer. They really have, what it takes. And in my head, I'm like, oh, come on. I'm just as good as they are. Come on, stop it. So yeah, so then it just became, I was like Denzel, man. I was a man on fire.
Okay, what's up?
Yeah, that was the wrong thing to tell me. So then 2010, I was in DC teaching at the DC Bachata Festival, and ironically, Soriano's manager, because he lives in New York, he was at that festival, and I would teach with Soriano's music. So I met him, and I was like, oh wow, you're the manager. Oh wow, like I had a little starstruck, and it was really cool. And so then, ironically, that October of 2010, Soriano was going on tour, and he was going to do a show in Chicago. So that was the first time I met him in Chicago, and yeah, I was starstruck. I was fangirling or whatever they call it. Um, and then I want to say 2011 is when we did a project, and we went it was 2011 or 10. It's one of those when we went to the Dominican Republic to film the DVD, the Bachata Breakdown DVD. So that was my first time, to DR, and then that's when like everything just completely did. I just completely threw away everything that I did because my eyes were completely open to not the dance but the culture.
Ah.
Everything that is encompassed with what bachata means to Dominicans, and so for me, I was like, man, if I'm supposed to be, quote unquote, teaching, Dominican bachata, right? I'm supposedly the voice of a culture that's not mine,
Right.
and what they're doing looks nothing. Well, maybe I should say what I'm doing looks nothing like,
Right.
you know, and I was just like, and I'm just, because we're going out, we're going to different clubs in different places, and I'm just like, man, I've been lying to the people that have been taking my classes,
Okay.
So I was like, my mom always told me, you do what's right, no matter what. People are gonna like it, people are not gonna like it, but no matter what, you do what's right.
Yeah.
So I was like, dang, man, I can't do this anymore. So I literally threw away all of my content that I was teaching, and I took a lot of video because it was an experience for me. And then I went back to the lab, or slash back to the drawing board, and I'm watching video after video after video, and I'm just kind of paying attention to what they're doing. And this is the time where I met Adam Taub, definitely a great dude, out of Denver, Colorado.
Yeah, he does documentaries, right?
Yeah, He filmed the documentary of Soriano.
Well, hold on, man.
Yeah,
I want to talk about all this, man, but I
yeah,
don't want to forget this, man. Tell me,
yeah.
what was so different about the bachata in DR, man? Like, what were you able to dance with the follows there, or like were you not even able?
I no, no I could I had one dance. I had one dance, and I was terrible because again,
Okay.
just the way they move.
Mm,
It's just it wasn't the side left right left right left right
okay.
that and so just everything was different. The movement, the frame, the shapes that they danced with on the floor, everything was different. So I danced one time and that was it.
Is lost your confidence?
Oh yeah. Sat
Oh
my butt
man.
in that chair and I ate a nice piece of humble pie. Woo!
Okay.
A big piece.
Okay.
So I was like, wow. But yeah, it was. But again, it was good because again, if I'm supposed to be representing a culture,
Right. It's a big
again,
responsibility.
especially that's not mine, I
You gotta
can't.
come correct.
I gotta do what's right. So I started asking a lot more questions and analyzing a lot more videos, um, till it was at least. I wanted it to be where somebody of the Caribbean or Dominican would actually watch what I'm doing and say, yeah, that's my job.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Okay.
the approval that I ever wanted. I don't care if other people like what I do or not. It makes no difference, because again, it's not my dance, it's not my culture. So I wanted to respect that of the Dominican people. So whatever I did, whatever I taught, I wanted them to look at it and say, yes, that's
Uh,
yeah, we like that. We're okay with that.
Let me ask you this, man. I don't want to get caught up on words, but what can like myself or other people do if we want to learn that authentic bachata, man? Is it like what can we do? Is it just go on YouTube? Go to
Uh,
congresses? Like what can we do, man?
okay. So my opinion would be, and again, everybody's going to have different opinions. I would say I would be very select. Okay, my first thing would be, what is your goal? Like, so when I say that, I mean, because like there's a lot of cool stuff that's out there. There's definitely a lot of cool stuff. So are you looking for cool stuff, or are you looking for what I call like accuracy? Do you want to be able to move and look the way that everyday normal person looks versus the way that your favorite teacher looks? Because the majority of the teachers teach you how to dance like them.
Right, right.
And again, that is totally fine. My my goal as a teacher was to teach you how to dance like the everyday person. So there's not a lot of flash to it, but again, it's a different understanding, it's a different mindset that they dance with. They don't dance to be seen. They dance to just enjoy. They dance to forget about the pain, the struggle, whatever, or for whatever reason. But it's not, quote unquote, necessarily to be on a stage, holding a trophy.
Right.
So I would be very selective on who I would learn from. If your intention is to, I just want to be able to dance. I want to be able to go to the DR or wherever and dance with a local and not feel like a jerk or not look like an idiot.
Mhm.
Um, and then also, you mentioned the YouTube thing. This also hit me to where, a lot of times people will type in Dominican Bachata, and I did it too. Type in Dominican Bachata
That's a
on YouTube
keyword. That's a keyword. Everybody gonna
as a keyword,
plug.
right? But you got to, and then, but what type of videos do you get?
I said everybody uses that Dominican, so it's gonna be a mixture, right? A little
You
bit
get
of
a lot
everything.
of Congress videos, right?
Exactly.
However, because remember, the Congress people don't dance like the people, in the Caribbean.
Exactly. Yeah,
The majority of them. Now, again, not that either one is right or wrong, better or worse. It's just they just dance two different ways. So then I started thinking, because I'm getting all the videos of all the teachers, and again, this is back in 2009, 2010, and I'm like, but there's got to be videos. So then I started thinking, wait a minute. To the Dominicans, they don't call it Dominican bachata. Like, there's
call it
no such
bachata.
thing as Dominican
They
bachata.
call it bachata.
They call it bachata. Bachata no colmado. So the colmado is a little corner like store. The corner like a 7-Eleven, basically, quote unquote. You get your liquor, you get your water, you get your fruits, whatever. So people dance over there. They so you have to type like a Dominican, or you have to talk slash think how a Spanish speaker would type it.
Oh,
By like
so yeah, say that again, man, so people can hear that. Say it again. Bachata at the corner store. What was it?
Colmado, Colmado,
Okay.
Colmado, right?
Okay.
So you have to talk like that, or you type in bailando bachata, so instead of bachata dance, well, they
Right.
don't
Right.
type in English when they upload the videos. It's not in English, so that's why you're getting a lot of the English speaker stuff. And I was like, oh yes, that makes so much sense. And so then when I put that, or you can put bachata dominicana, or whatever, not Dominican bachata but bachata dominicana,
Mm.
then you start to get a lot of the
Okay.
yo, this is it. And it's just video, people in the living room, people in the backyard, people at the beach. And I'm like, okay. So then I just started downloading all those things and I just started watching. And I'm talking
Okay.
some serious film work was put in.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Hours. But that's because again, I like if I'm going to teach somebody, I need to completely revamp everything that I'm doing and represent this culture right.
Mhm.
So it wasn't about me at that time. Is I'm not trying to lie to the people that had no idea, like I didn't have any idea.
I
So
definitely understand that, man.
you just gotta word it differently on YouTube if that's what you're trying to find and see.
I understand that, man. It shows like your dedication to it, man. You're serious about this.
Yeah, yeah. It's just integrity. I wish more people had it,
Hey,
but
hey,
it's the way again. It's the way I was raised. So my mom gets the credit for that.
hey, son up. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, you go to DR, you guys get, your eyes get wide open.
Yeah.
You come back. You say you start doing the DVD, or what happens when you come back?
No. So we filmed the DVD over there,
Oh,
and
okay, okay, okay,
with the actual musicians in the recording studio,
okay.
it's a lot cheaper to do it there than to bring all the musicians here. But it was the breakdown. So we had the CD, which we did. I kind of put it all together. So Ben is John Soriano's manager, and obviously Ben has all the like all the access to all the different tracks. So and then in my head I kind of formed how we would do this, and then in 2000, man, like I said, it was 11 or 12 or something like that.
Huh?
We I think it was Ben's idea to come up with a DVD about it.
Oh,
How would we do that? Well, just so the musicians can actually see, or so the people can see the musicians playing it. And I was like,
yeah.
I think we're onto something here, Ben. So, we flew out there. Man, yeah, it's in that time period, 10, 11, 12. It's
It's
somewhere
all
around.
good. Yeah,
Actually, the CD came out in 10, DVD 11 to 12. Maybe we filmed it in 11 and released it in 12. That sounds about right. Um, and so, yeah, again, that was just a whole learning experience because to actually see it live, and then now you're in the recording studio, it's like, wow. Again, I'm a kid in the candy store because I just love watching this stuff. I'm like, yo, this is dope. So it's pretty much the same structure, but now in video format, so you can
right,
see
right.
how they're doing it. Yeah, so that was a great experience, to be there and to be able to do that. With Soriano and his managers, Soriano and his musicians, to be able to do that was great.
That's awesome, man. I was gonna ask you something. Shucks. I forgot I was gonna ask you, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. So what happens after that, though, man? What happens after the? Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you. Is that DVD still out? Like, can people still get that DVD?
Yeah, it's out. It's kind of awkward to get, and there's a few links that have it, and this is where you will learn my biggest flaw, and that is marketing and promotion
Oh,
and stuff. Like I focus so much just on the teaching because that's what I enjoy,
okay.
not really realizing like your social media, your marketing, all of that stuff.
It's important too, man.
It's pretty much more important. Sorry about that.
Hey,
It's
bro.
than the actual teaching.
Hey, man. It was coming to that.
Yeah, that's where we're at now in society, and I'm just like, gosh, I always forget about it. So I want to say you can either look on iasorecords.com, iasorecords.com. I know the DVD was available on that website, or there is a gotbachata.com. The DVD may be available on that. What was the other one?
I say, hey, plug the name of it real quick because Google might bring it up. What's the name of the DVD?
Well, so there's a CD and a DVD. Both are
Okay.
called Bachata Breakdown.
Okay.
Because again, we're breaking down all the different instruments, all the rhythmic sections, everything. It's called Bachata Breakdown, and then the DVD is called Bachata Breakdown en vivo, which means live. So
Uh-huh.
NVIVO.
Right.
in vivo, yeah. So it's the live version. And then again, there's a bunch of bonus footage. So there's a lot of we went to a dance contest out there. There's footage of that. So watching the locals dance at their local establishment. There's concert footage of you on Soriano.
That's
So some
awesome, man. That's really
yeah,
cool.
yeah. So you can actually see it like live now. So you
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
one musician at a time, and now you're out of the recording studio. You see it actually performed or danced to.
Yeah, yeah. So let me ask you this, man. So you get back from the DR and you say you had to scrap everything, man. Um, how did you change as a person or as a dancer, I guess?
Very slowly.
Very slowly.
Yeah. The toughest part was finding somebody to practice with.
Okay.
Because again,
Was
like
open-minded enough, right? I guess.
yeah, well, not necessarily that, but finding somebody that actually dances that way.
Ah,
If you take a trained dancer and you take somebody that comes fresh from the islands, they're it's not going to work.
right,
They're
right, yeah,
two complete different ways of moving.
right.
And so, as I'm breaking down the video and I'm practicing with myself, like, okay, I got it, but I don't know, am I doing it right? Because I actually need to feel it from the other end
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
somebody else. And so, not being in that environment, made it more challenging
Mm.
to, I guess to practice what I've been, assessing.
Right, right.
So yeah, it was a long process. And again, there's still a lot that I'm learning. You
Yeah,
know,
it should be though. You don't
yeah,
ever stop learning, right?
no, no, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
You shouldn't. But yeah, there's a lot to it, man. And then people are still constantly coming. Like what I'm learning now is so Edwin and Dakota are two. I look up to Edwin and Dakota, and I look up to Adam Taub, and then Ricky Ananda. Ricky's a musician that actually taught at the school. Um, the Bachata Academy, I want to say, in Dominican Republic. Um, but like just a lot of information, a lot of great stuff. But so Edwin and Dakota do a class called Regional Styles, Bachata Regional Styles, and so Edwin's Dominican, and basically how they explain how like different regions of the island, well, different regions of the Dominican Republic, they dance differently. Kind of like the accent in Alabama is different from New York, is different from
Yeah, okay.
whatever, wherever else. Um, so everybody, because again, a lot of people would think, oh, well, Dominican Bachata, everybody dances like this.
Now I get you though. Yeah.
No, but that's why a lot of us say that there's no such thing and there's no one style because
Right.
dance over here is different from how people dance over here, which is different from how they dance over there. They're all Dominican,
Right.
there's just so much to see. And the true story, which validated his class, is as I was at a festival in China. It was a Shanghai Bachata Festival. I can't remember, 2016 maybe. All right, so I'm DJing, minding my own business. I look across the room and I see somebody moving, the way how Edwin was talking about in his class. I was like, what? Oh yeah, he's Caribbean or he's Dominican. And then I started looking again and I was like, wait a minute, he's from the East Coast. Mind my own business. Look back again. Wait a minute, he's from New York. Huh. Mind my own business. Look back again. He's from the Heights. Washington Heights, which is one of
Yeah,
the
okay.
notorious.
That's impressive. You got all
Yeah,
that from looking at him. That's even more impressive.
which freaked him out because I gotta know now. Like I'm in China. I'm not gonna see this dude again. So I gotta ask him. So I asked him. I was like, you Dominican? He was like, yeah. I was like, you from the East Coast? He's like, yeah. How you know? I was like, you from New York? Yeah. Washington Heights? How you know, man? So but I was like, man, he wouldn't believe me. I was like, you're not gonna believe him if I told you, but and I talked about the class, and I was like, he just explained that how the way people move, you can kind of pretty much GPS them and pinpoint to where
Ah, okay.
these influences from. So the fact that I'm in China and I see a random
That's
stranger
awesome.
and by
Yeah.
how he's moving, I can tell what he is, where he grew up, and like what state he grew up, what city, and like what part of that city.
That's crazy, man.
Really mind blowing to me.
That is crazy.
Yeah. So
That's
if you're
wild.
out there, if you're listening, and if you see Edwin and Dakota, and you see them teaching, bachata regional styles, it is a really cool class, and it's very accurate.
Yeah, all right. I'm curious, man. Let me ask you this. I guess at this point in your life, man, like how would you define a success for you, man?
How do I define success?
Yeah, for you though, like for at this stage in your career or in your life, how would you define success for you?
And reword that, like,
I guess for you're teaching everything, right?
yeah.
So is your ultimate goal to just be a football teacher and a dance teacher, or like what's your ultimate goal?
Coach. I always
Okay.
want to coach. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm definitely grateful, for all the opportunities that I have, teaching dance, because I love teaching dance almost as much as I love coaching. Um, but but definitely, I love I would rather teach than dance, to be honest with you.
Okay.
People don't. I tell people I'm not a dancer, and I guess I'm not that I don't like dancing, but I don't really like dancing. Like I know how to.
So
And
you mean like even social dancing? You don't even really like that?
eh,
Oh
no,
wow.
yeah. Like if I didn't social dance, I would be just fine.
Oh, that's crazy,
I would,
man.
but I'm a music junkie. So
Okay.
when I first learned, even to this day, I will go and I will sit right next to the subwoofer, and I just want to hear loud, good music. And
Okay.
I enjoy watching people dancing. I have no problem people watching, and I have a good time. But like dancing 75 songs in a row is not for me. It's just not. Like it's not my thing.
I feel you
Like,
on that, man.
like I'll do it, but it's like, oh man. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been in congresses, man, and yeah, some people, congresses they might go all night, man. I don't know how people do that, honestly,
I
man.
yeah, I
I
can't do
personally can't do that either, so I definitely understand that, man. I'm
um
curious, man. Is I guess is your musicality like I guess like your most popular class? Is that what you, or do you still do like turn pattern class? Do you still do that at all?
I got away from the term pattern classes because that was basically what I was known for, probably 2007 to 2010, 2010, 2011.
Once you got back, I
Uh,
guess.
now now I focus more on, musicality and movement,
Okay.
because you know but again, so the way that, excuse me, like the non-technically trained dancer moves is completely different from the technically trained. And I feel that body movement is so much harder than turn pattern.
Okay. I
So
believe it.
if you're stiff, if you can't move, you will be exposed.
I believe it.
Yeah, and it's challenging, but at the same time, it you don't have to remember anything anymore, which is why I gravitated towards that. I was like, wait, what? So I don't have to remember guy turn, lady turn, hammer lock. I don't have to remember anything. I could just go out there and move my body as the music moves me.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, sign me up for that because I'm not trying to think. I just
Okay.
I just want to do.
Right. React.
So yeah, movement and musicality is what I focus on the most.
Hey, well, let me ask you this, man. For myself and others who might not be able to take one of your classes, man, how can we improve our body movement?
Uh you know what? You know what I would recommend? Well, there's a couple ways. Shameless plug warning. I have, a lot of video lessons, 125 videos, to be specific. Where I of my own video lessons where I break down musicality, timing. There's a folder of partner work. So like dancing, how do I dance? How do I move? How do I, just pretty much how to dance bachata. I have a folder for footwork. Um, so that, definitely reach out to me, either on Facebook, Carlos Cinta, or um, email ccbachata, the number one, at Gmail. The website is ccbachata.com. There's a contact button there. But definitely, again, 125 videos, everything broken down step by step, of what we're doing. Definitely will, improve. There's a lot of movement on there. A lot.
I mean, so yeah, go ahead and plug that. Is that something that people can pay
That
for, or
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's definitely something people pay for. Because it's pretty much my whole bachata brain on a USB. So again, there's
okay,
100
yeah,
video files,
that's
16
awesome.
gigs of content.
That's
That
awesome,
will keep
man.
you very busy for a long time because it's challenging, you know. Um, but then also, besides that, I would recommend, or yeah, just that people take other styles of dance, right? So some of my best dances, ironically, they're not with teachers. Like they're just with the average everyday person. Some of them are teachers, but the majority of them have just been people that just dance. But they can dance bachata. They can do all kinds of salsa. They can do kizomba. They can do zouk. They can do merengue. They can do cha-cha. They can do. I mean, you go down they do reggaeton. They do hip.
Uh-huh.
They do modern. They do not modern bachata, but like modern contemporary dance. They
Yeah.
are dancers, and
Dancers.
all of that body movement and understanding and coordination
Yeah, yeah.
translates into bachata. So, take hip hop classes. Just being I guess aware of your body, and not being shy or embarrassed to kind of like be yourself,
Express yourself. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so that's what I was looking for. Yeah. And all of that, once I'm not saying you have to do every one of those, but I honestly feel that if you only dance one dance, if you only do bachata and that is it, you're just capping, you're limiting your own potential. And honestly, like, not that you're going to be a bad dancer, but the people that can do multiple
Yeah, that makes sense though, man.
be so much better. And I gave the analogy with, because when I was growing up playing football, my football coach said, I don't want football players on my team. I want athletes.
Ah.
Play baseball, play basketball, play football, run track, play tennis, swim, do all of that stuff, because all of those movements, all of those skills
Yeah.
over, and vice versa.
Exactly.
So it just makes you a more well-rounded dancer.
Yeah.
So
I
that,
I think that makes a lot of sense, man, because you're gonna learn more from like different things, right? And so once you'll be able to incorporate
exactly,
everything you learn, right?
because it's just playfulness. It's body movement. Like I mean, like, unless I'm wrong, like there's no such thing as a bachata move. Like whatever I do in bachata, I'm sure
You could do something else, right?
yeah, and as long as I can figure out the timing of it to a different dance genre, I'm sure I can do. For example, we'll just take a body roll.
Yeah.
Body roll in bachata, you can body roll in salsa, you can body
Exactly.
roll in reggaeton. So there's no such thing, in my opinion,
As
as
a strictly,
like, oh, that's a bachata move.
right.
Do it in whatever you want. I'm just you're dancing, you're expressing yourself.
I
So
agree with that. I never thought about that, and I think you're right, man. Yeah.
so and definitely, I've never taken a okay, so maybe I tried once and I was just trash. But like the gosh, the like the Cuban rumba,
Duetta.
or like
Casino.
the body movements.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like those Afro-Cuban movement classes. Ooh,
Those things are hard, man. They're hard.
because that's a lot of coordination, a lot of them tiny little muscles and control that you didn't even know that you had those muscles.
Ah.
So sore. Yeah, because you don't use those muscles.
Yeah.
And other types of dance will definitely strengthen other areas of your body, and then just you'll be able to control your body so much better
Yeah, man.
in everything you do.
So
So cross
I'll say,
train.
man, yeah, man, cross train. I was gonna say is a question I ask all my guests is for beginners who feel like they're stuck in a beginner's rut. A lot of times, some of the answers I get is to go dance a different dance,
Yeah,
and it makes sense that because you'll
yeah,
incorporate what you learn back into it. So yeah,
yeah.
I want to ask you that same question though, man. For beginners who feel like they're in a beginner's rut in bachata, how can they get up that rut and how can they improve, man?
Sometimes. So what I did, I walked away. Like,
Oh,
because if you and I'm not saying this is the answer. I'm saying this is what worked for me. Um, it took, again, going back to the salsa. It took me 2 months to figure out how to do the crossbody. That is embarrassing. 2 months. I couldn't do it. So like sometimes you want something so bad, like you just go, you go, and now you're trying to force it, and now whatever. I'm trying to hit a home run, and now my swing is just complete. I'm actually practicing bad habits.
right,
My
right.
swing is just completely off. I'm trying to throw as hard as I possibly can or run as fast as I can, but I'm tightening up my body because I'm trying to force it. Well, I'm actually running slower. you know. So for me, what I did is I walked away. Like I was like, because I was mad. Like, I'm done. I'm done. I don't want nothing to do with this. And I promise you, right over there is the exact spot when I was cooking something. Is when I figured out the crossbody lead. Not in the classroom.
Okay.
I was cooking, and I always cook with music, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, I got it. So, but that's when like I wasn't taking any classes. I was done with dancing. I was over it. And so sometimes just walk away,
Yeah.
pick up maybe pick up a different dance or pick up a different hobby, um, and then come back to it. And you just got to refresh the system. Sometimes that could be good. That's what I did. I'm not saying that's for everybody. Or maybe I know some people when they want to get out of that rut, like they'll go to. I'm just using the city as an example, not to say that this is the only place, but some people will go to New York and train, with other teachers.
Yeah, that's a big city though.
Yeah, like you could go anywhere and train. You could go overseas. You do whatever you want, but they'll seek out people that are good established teachers, and they'll train with them.
Yeah, yeah.
Or take private lessons.
Yeah.
Get that one-on-one attention, because a lot of times in a class setting it's kind of difficult.
It is
for the teacher to really nitpick at
yeah.
Let's correct this and fine tune things. So I would say that would be.
No, that's perfect, man.
Don't be afraid to fail also.
Yeah, big one.
Mess up. But I think the important thing is knowing where you mess up, so you know at least what to fix.
Yeah.
But I think that would come from a private lesson, or just training, under, I guess, good teachers, to where they can spot, oh, look at your hand, that's what it is right there, look at it, yep, fix that.
Okay.
And then you'll be able to fix it.
Yeah. I'm curious, man. You're in the club. This is scenario. You're in the club, and this beautiful lady asks you to dance some salsa. Are you gonna dance salsa, or are you gonna say no? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And anytime somebody asks me to dance, I say yes.
Okay.
Unless my friends, because they know I don't like dancing, and they do it on purpose.
Okay.
So, get out of here, man.
Okay.
Especially if it's to a good song. Like can I just listen to my song, please?
Okay. I got
But if
you.
it's a student or somebody, I always say yes. Always.
Okay.
Always. But it's because I'm not passionate about dancing. Which again is weird. But you're a dance teacher. Like, yeah, I will teach. I've done it before. I've taught 10 hours in a day. Like, I will teach all day long.
Okay.
Promoters, man, fill me up. Give me as many classes as you want. I don't care, because I love teaching.
That's awesome.
And then I tell people, like, I think if I was on a date, and it's just, me and the person, whatever, again, hypothetical situation, me and the person go out on a date, and, we're just at a club dancing. Yeah, I'll dance all night with her, because, that's what we're there to do.
Yeah.
But it's just like the song after song after song after song after song. Some people are built like that.
Hey, I feel you on that, bro.
I can't do it. But again, if it's a student or somebody that I don't know, I will say yes every time.
Okay, so
I don't want that guy.
All right, right. You get the reputation.
And I will also give my disclaimers, like, me and salsa.
And that was my question. Like, yeah, do you dance salsa? That's my real question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, I'm not the best. My main thing is I always tell them I will keep timing, and I'm not going to tear your arm off.
Hey,
like, ooh,
that's cool, man.
Let's go. Some people say, yeah, you dance, like the old man, like my grandpa in the kitchen. That's what I do.
Hey, that's your style, man.
Yeah, but it's because I hate sweating, and I know that's weird for an athlete to say it.
Okay.
Every time I get sweat in my eyes, I get pissed off. I rush for 100 yards.
It's salty, man. Yeah.
But no, so I don't like sweating. So my moves are always, small, compact, and more playful.
I'm right there with you, man. Like when I dance, I don't want to work out when I'm dancing. So I'm right there with you on that, man. I'm kind of lazy on the dance floor.
Yeah, I'm lazy. I'll take it. That's me. But that's the beauty. Like we're the lazy people. When you're tired, you dance with us. And when you got that energy, you go dance with those people that are
yeah, exactly.
Go dance with that. And that's great. That's fine. Like I'm your break rest. Your
right.
No problem for me.
So yeah, so my passion, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I like bachata, man, but my passion is kizomba. That's like that's where I thrive, man.
Yeah. I need to get more into that, man. I do.
Dude, if you lazy, man, I think it's perfect for you.
Yeah. No, I love it, man. I've loved it. I've always loved it.
Dude, it's my favorite, man. Yeah. Let me ask you this, man. For people who are intermediate dancers and they want to get to that advanced level, what does it take for them to progress?
I think it all depends on what people's interpretation of the word advanced is. So for me, I don't believe in levels. And I've always thought like this. And then I heard an interview with Quenda Lima, which, is a Kizomba guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's up there on the food chain, man.
You might know his partner, but Rakita Alta was like one of his partners. I interviewed her. I definitely know Quentin Lee though. Yeah,
Yeah, Quenda's cool people, man. I met him one time.
yeah.
I'm a fan of the guy personally. Definitely like the guy. But yeah, so I don't believe in levels, and here's why, right? Let's say me and you go take a jazz class. Have you ever taken or a tap dance? I don't know.
Okay.
Have you ever taken that before?
Not at all, but I mean I know what it is, but
Right.
nah.
Exactly. So guess what? We're both at the same level. So I don't believe in levels because if two people or a group of people are learning something for the first time, they're all at the same level.
Right.
It doesn't matter. You're at the same level. Now, the people that are more experienced in that dance will probably pick it up faster, but that doesn't mean you're advanced. I don't believe in levels.
Right.
Uh, now I was gonna say something I forgot. Oh, so what I would do is I say, to me, you are quote unquote advanced when you let's just take, whatever, take a basic move or a certain move, whatever, move X, and you can do that to a slow song, you can do that to a medium song, and you can do that to a fast song. And
I like that.
It looks effortless for all of them.
Yeah.
Take a certain move, and you can take a person that's never danced, whatever, bachata, salsa, whatever. They've never danced the dance before, but you can execute it with them, and you can execute it with the person that is a 17-time world champion, and the move looks flawless and effortless with both people. That to me is being an advanced dancer, lead or follow. Again, just reverse the roles, whatever. But beginner, intermediate, I don't believe in all that, because when you put beginner on the workshop schedule, how many people show up? 3.
Yeah, right.
It's their first Congress ever, or even though it's their first time experiencing that dance, you're gonna have 3 people there. You put advanced, and the classroom is full. Classroom is full of people that struggle with timing, struggle with the basic. So that's an ego thing, I think.
Okay.
But I would to improve. So we'll just use it for the sake of the argument. You're an intermediate dancer. I would say go back to your basics, your basic steps or whatever, but now improve those. Do those with more flavor. Do those with whatever. Do those with more shoulders. Do that with more booty movement. Do that with more movement and more flavor. Because again, there's it's hard because we're on camera, but like I show people, and I would just step 1, 2, 3, tap, and I would just repeat that. There's that basic,
right.
But now the 1, 2, 3 tap, but like
right.
That's it's the same.
Yeah, 2 different things,
but just 2 complete different ways.
Definitely.
So I would say go backwards and take all of those basics that and now add, do your little upgrades. You have your car, but now you have leather seats. Now you got a sunroof. Now you got a CD player or whatever, DVD player in the car. And it's the same thing, but you just upgrade it. So now I have my basic step with shoulders, with body movement, with whatever else that you can spice it up with.
Just a heads up, man. I asked pretty much all my instructors or my guests that are teachers that question, and they all say, man, for intermediate to go to advanced, go back to the basics, man. That's what they all say.
That's where it is.
Yeah, man.
It gets to a point, man, where everybody now social dancing is like social competition, and everybody's trying to one up the next person.
Yeah.
I think that's how we got to where we are now with bachata. Like, it's not even recognized anymore. It's just completely out there in left field, out of space. Like, what is this? What are we even doing? You'll have a bachata show in a full 2.5 minute piece. There is not one basic step in that show.
Man.
So how is this a bachata show? It's a show to bachata music.
Right. Sure. Yeah.
Bachata music, but yeah, sure. And again, it is nothing it's not to take away from the dancing. It's a beautiful art. It's a beautiful dance. But Are they dancing bachata? It depends on the show. Some of them aren't. It
I
just what
definitely
it is.
understand
But
that,
again,
man.
but it's become so competitive that, well, they're doing A, we need to do A B. The next person is going to come and do A B C, and now it's just all over the place. It's like,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
Yeah. Let me ask you this, man. What does the word musicality mean to you?
So to me, it's, again, it's not. Well, I'm not going to say it's not. I'll say it's more than. It's so much more than taking a 10-second section of one song and doing all the accents or beats to that. To me, is musicality is basically you're bringing the music to life with your body, with
Okay.
with what you're doing. So in the calm parts of the song, you adjust to that. When the song gets more intense and speeds up, or you get the mambo section or whatever, and it's more energetic and happy. Well, not gonna say happy, but just more energetic. You now dancing more energetic, and just being able to do the things react to what the music is doing. And then of course, with that you add the little bump, 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 then you do bump, 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 or whatever with your body movement, but it's not going to do that the whole song. There are feelings and emotions. You don't even need to know the language. You need to understand, like, just not you need to understand, but just understanding what the overall feeling of that song is. So to give an analogy with that, I was just in Amsterdam in January, and there's a song, man, my French is terrible, but
Ah.
uh, Formidable or whatever, and it's by Stromae, right? Never heard of the dude. I have no idea who he is. Never heard of him. But and I was riding in my friend's car, and it's deep, like it's deep. It's just straight piano and just all types of stuff. And I was like, wow, like you could just feel the
Feel it.
pain in his voice.
Right, right.
I have not a single clue what he's talking about,
You got
but
that
he was
feel
just
though.
in the tone of the
Emotion.
music.
Yeah, yeah.
And then my friend, so she understands, obviously speaks French. So she was like, for you to even understand, like just and I told her, I was like something happened in this song. I don't know what it is, but like whatever it is, this dude is going through. Like he's seen better days, right? And then she was like, for you to even know that that's kind of basically what the song is about. She's like,
Right, right.
that's crazy. But I was like, but it's just how the music is. And then when I saw the video, I was like, damn, he's at like rock bottom of life right now.
Okay.
So yeah, F like formidable. That's I don't I can't, and I don't even remember what it means. Uh, Hold on. Not keep going now. I got to find it on
It's like,
YouTube.
oh, I say it's something. I could post that in like the video later, man.
Oh,
You can send to me on Skype or something, bro.
Formidable by Stromae.
Okay.
Stromee.
Okay.
Damn,
Bet.
I can't remember now what it meant. Like pitiful or something like that. I don't know. For those French speakers, please forgive me.
Yeah, they
I can't
screaming through the
remember.
phone right now. All right, yeah, they screaming at us. Let me ask you this, man. This is probably the last thing to ask you, man. What is one tip that can make someone a better dancer immediately?
Being open-minded,
Okay.
and not uh not putting things in the box. I got a bunch of tips. Not putting things in the box. There's so many people that just uh I hate Dominican. I hate
Uh,
Saint. I only do this. I only do that. There's so many moves, so much beautifulness crosses over to everything. Dance the way that you dance.
mm,
That's another thing. Be you. Don't worry about, you know, get out of the mindset. Oh, it's a Aventura song or a remix, so I'm supposed to body roll. Oh, this is a Luis Vargas song, so I'm supposed to do footwork the whole song. No, you be you. You dance how you dance. Because
yeah.
everybody now wants to look like everybody else, and it looks like the dance floor looks like a big flash mob. Everybody doing the same thing, So don't be afraid to be different. Um, Man, I can go for days, man. Just keep learning. Again, be hungry. Take privates. Oh,
yeah,
if you can, or at least learn. Take as many classes. How about that? Learn
yeah,
many different teachers as you can, because some people will ask me, well, should I go take classes with so and so? They're going to be in town. I personally will know if this person is any good or not, but I'll tell them yes, take classes, because I'm not going to influence your decision based off of what I feel. You may go there and you may love this person. This
Exactly.
class was great. I had the best time. And I could have taken that away from you by saying, "Oh no, they're trash. They're, don't go see that." So learn from everybody, even if it's in the same style. Learn, because a lot of teachers have different ways of explaining things. So learn from everybody, learn everything, and just be hungry to learn more. You know,
That's perfect, man.
uh, that's what I would advise.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, man. What upcoming events do you have going on in your life, man?
So okay, I got my
Opportunity to plug yourself, man.
yeah. So let me figure out how to work this calendar today. So this weekend coming up, on Easter weekend, I'll be at the Baltimore Salsa Bachata Festival. That's April 19 to 21. Following week after that, I'll be in San Antonio just for some, Carlos workshops. Um, on the 27, 28. Let's see. Oh, May 23rd through the 30th, I'll be in Dominican Republic. I'll be doing my teacher training course over there also. For those of you that are interested in, being teachers or just learning, or maybe you already are a teacher, but just, want to learn different ways, different methods on how to teach. That I'll be talking about that. Plus, the bachataparadise.com. The Bachata Paradise Festival is a great one out in the motherland over there. So that's a great festival there. In June 22nd, I'll be teaching local workshops here in Chicago. June 28th, Memphis. New Orleans. Hey, come
Hey,
your
there it is. Hey,
hey.
there it is. There it is.
It's August 9. I'll be out there that weekend.
Yeah.
9 to 12 in August. Definitely new. I ain't been to the Big Easy in a minute, man.
Hey, man.
It's been a while. I miss it out there.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, man, I got a few things going on, not as much as I used to in the past, but I got some things going on.
That's
So
awesome, man.
can't complain, man. I'm grateful that people still, contact me about learning and still hungry.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, when you come down there, I definitely gotta take your class, man. So I'm excited for that, man.
Yeah, man, do it, because
Yeah,
it's again,
definitely.
I teach, I tell people I make you think, So let's see, down south. So are you do you watch football?
Of course, definitely.
Arian Foster,
I know of him. Yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So again, this dude he's a really intelligent guy, and so
He retired though, right? Am
yeah,
I
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's funny, man. He kind of does things his own way, which kind of, I'm like that myself. But he was always saying that. Well, in the interview, he was saying that he was thankful for his parents because they taught him how to think and didn't tell him what to think. And I was like, yes, my goodness, yes, yes. So in my classes, like I don't tell people, whatever, do this, do that, guy turn, lady turn. Like I teach you to move. I play the music. You got to figure out how to do it on yourself. Like I teach you when to do it, obviously. On the one, we do this, on the two, it's here, blah, blah, blah. But the whole class, I'm not going to direct you throughout the whole entire time. Like you need to figure out how to do this on your own because you're not going to have me in your ear every time you go dancing, turn her now, So, and then especially with the musicality, like I play a lot of games / have a lot of quizzes in there and I make it interactive. So you're gonna come in there, you're gonna learn something definitely, and you're gonna, I guess my goal with the musicality is that you never hear the music the same way again. And the great analogy a former student said is that before the class they heard the music in black and white. After the class, now they hear the music in HD.
Okay, sure enough.
Because I was like, damn, that's cool.
Awesome.
Again,
Yeah.
I feel apart everything. I take apart everything, and now you're gonna start to notice so many different sounds in the music that you've heard the song 100 times that you never heard it 101.
Okay, yeah.
It does this, that. Well, yeah, because now you're learning how to listen to music, which it seems silly, but yeah, I hear it. What was that? And what was that? White Man Can't Jump. Like you hear me, but you're not listening, or something like that. Okay. When Wesley Snipes said that to him. So yeah, definitely, I challenge people's understanding and challenge them how to think during the class. I'm a teacher. That's my job. That's what I'm supposed to do. I want you to know what you're doing and why you're doing what you're doing. That's my job.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I wanna thank you, man, for taking time out tonight to talk to me, man.
Oh, I appreciate it. Definitely appreciate you having me on for sure.
Oh man, thank
Anytime.
you, bro. Nah, really, seriously, man. Real quick, let the people know how can they get in contact with you.
Yeah. So again, Facebook, Carlos Cinta, Cinta. Send me a message, please. Don't send a friend request because those kind of, you know, get overlooked. There's a lot of those, but send me a message. Hey, I heard the podcast, on Two Left Feet, or whatever. Um, there is Instagram as CC Bachata. Website is CC Bachata. There's a contact me button on that. Yeah, those are the main three platforms that I use. And again, don't be afraid. I'll talk bachata all day long. So please ask all the questions. Ask where to go. Ask who I recommend as teachers. Et cetera, et cetera. Ask me anything. If I don't know the answer, I'll find somebody that knows it. Because I like helping out. I'm here for the peoples, like Robin Hood. So
For the people.
I'm here for the peoples, man. So yeah,
Oh, man, that's awesome. Hey, man, Carlos, like I said, man, I really want to thank you, man. It's been a great conversation, man. I really appreciate it, man.
likewise, likewise. You definitely do a good interview, man. I like that.
Hey, yeah, I really appreciate that,
Is your
man.
background in that? Is that what you
Oh,
went?
not at all, man. I went to school for business, man, but
Okay.
I enjoy dancing, man. So I've I'm enthusiastic about it, so I want to learn about it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like you with bachata.
Yes, no, but the way you flow, I enjoyed the interview, the way it flowed and the way you asked some good questions, like questions I've
Yeah.
never been asked before. I was like,
Okay,
ooh,
awesome.
that's good. I like that one.
Now I'm glad. I mean, you were easy guest to talk to, man. So easy guest makes it easy for me, man.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate
Yeah,
it. You
no
tell
doubt,
me
man.
something I'm passionate about, so
Right.
it's easy. You start talking about things that I don't care about, you get one word answers.
I definitely understand that, man.
For me.
Hey, man. And I hopefully you don't have to wake up too early, man. But like I said, man, thank you so much, bro.
Oh, no, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. And yeah, anytime, man, you want to do it again, just let me know.
Yeah, I'm with it, man. So
That's all it is. Hey everyone! If you made it this far all the way to the end of the video, I want to thank you so much. Um, my overall goal with making these interviews and these episodes is to give a voice to dancers. To give them a platform to speak their story. So, if this is of value to anyone, then that means the world to me. My overall goal is to give value to the dance community. So, if you find no value in this, then I urge you to please let me know where I can improve on. I truly want to, just give value and content to the dance community. So please let me know how I can improve, where I'm messing up, because to be 100% honest with you, I'm learning along the way as I do this. I truly am. So to be able to interact with the dance community, it means the world to me because it gives me feedback and it lets me know what I'm doing right, where I can improve upon. What I'm doing wrong, which I feel like might maybe more important. So please, if you all could comment and just let me know what you think, it means the world to me because that feedback just helps me improve. So please comment as well. Please like and subscribe. That means a lot as well. But I want to say thank you so much for just watching this because it means the world to me. I want to take you on this journey of the Two Left Feet podcast. I'm very excited for it. So, once again, thank you so much.